Howdy folks, Aunt Diane here. Sorry I've been MIA for a bit, but I'm not a big YouTuber in case you didn't know. It's just things that are happening in this world right now are really bugging the crap out of me, in addition to the usual scams. In fact, I was expecting a thing from Amazon, and in my text messages it said, please click here, the Amazon driver needs to speak to you. I said, no, that's a scam. And sure enough, it was. I didn't do it. My package was already there anyway. Sometimes Amazon transfers the packages over to the regular post office and then they deliver it. You get it a day late, but so what, right? So I did get the package. I'm very concerned about all these storms. You know, people say it's Mother Nature's way of telling us, you know, how much we're abusing the earth. And, you know, I really do believe that, unfortunately. All the fossil fuels, and I'm no tree hugger. Actually, yes, I am. I try to be. But the last storm that hit Florida first, and then it went inland and hit the Carolinas and Tennessee and Georgia. The people that live close to the coast didn't get nearly as much as the people that were way inland. Okay, I'm considered the low country, so as the crow flies, I'm 20 miles from the ocean. But if you go further inland, like way inland, like 100 more miles, those people were without electricity for like a couple of weeks. Many deaths, over 200 in all the inland areas, maybe even more. They're still rescuing people by the water, you know, by rivers and waters that have flooded very badly because they are mountainous over there. So, of course, flash flooding, you know, comes from the high elevations into the low elevations. It's very sad. Where I am, we just got 3 hours of electricity off and then it came back. However, a girl that lives in my own town, like 2 or 3 miles away from me, hers was out for almost a week, so go figure, right? Now, this new system that's coming is, it's a Category 4 now, coming from the Gulf of Mexico. It's supposed to go across Florida and then come up the coast. And I have a doctor appointment on the coast, like literally a mile from the coast, 2 miles from the coast. On Wednesday, the dad's, I don't know whether to cancel that appointment. I don't know. I guess I'll just wait and see. What else was I going to say? Okay, now I'm going to talk about scams. Now, being a homeowner, I'm very concerned about people trying to scam. There is actually such a thing as deed theft or deed fraud. Sometimes people make a fake deed, putting their name on it. I don't know how it works, but it has been done. And the person who's the victim has to go through a lot of red tape to get it back. But there's also called a squatter's law. If somebody decides to, like, hang out on your property, even if you invite someone over who you think is a friend and they won't leave, they can actually do a protective order against the homeowner, making the homeowner stay out of their own home. If you look in the news, when you go on Google, it's one of the top stories. And I know in the U.S. it'll be one of the top stories, but, you know, I see it in other countries as well. There's people who somebody goes in their garage and they didn't even know they were there. And they say, we have squatters' rights. We've been here for a long time. What a bunch of bull, right? It's very, very scary what's happening. I know I've discussed somebody renting out an apartment that doesn't even belong to them, and they want a fee up front. Don't do it. You know, some of these scams I've talked about before, but we need to be reminded over and over. Because the scammer will often come up with a new trick that makes them look more legitimate, right? I mean, as it is, I will not use my debit card right at the pump at a gas station. No way. I will not click any links in emails. Even if it really is the company calling me or writing me, I won't click a link. I won't call a number they give me. I call the number I have, what's on the back of my debit card. I mean, there are so many scams. I even got something from PayPal saying, you know, please pay this amount so-and-so. Like, what are you talking about? We've received your order, whatever. I won't do that. But what's happening is that this is new. It's only started happening. People are claiming they have damage that don't from the storms. I've got a bunch of trees and tree branches and big things. Big part of a tree that the chainsaw we have, the chain keeps coming off, so I don't know what to do. We don't know what to do until we could fix it. But you know, we have our life. Okay, we did not lose our life. We did not lose electricity long enough that we had to throw the food away in our refrigerator. Our yard just floods temporarily and it sinks right in the ground. Okay, we've got nothing to complain about. I don't. This is a time when we have to think of other people. You know, somebody said to me, never wish a storm away to somebody else. Just wish it away from everybody. Like, say, out to sea or hope that it dissipates. Because I don't want anybody to be suffering. My heart is broken over those people who are being victimized over there right now. Hopefully, either FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Association, the electric company, or somebody in the government will reimburse them for all the food they have. Some of those people do not have generators. I don't have one. I should get one. I don't know. But some of those people don't have much money at all. And as it is to get around and go places, it's very far. And it's just very sad. I don't like to see anybody being victimized. So we should never be selfish and say, you know, let the other people get it. I don't want anybody to get it. Going to the store a few days ago, we didn't even get the bad part of the storm, okay? We might this coming one, I don't know. But a few days ago, I was at the supermarket and, oh my God, everything was cleared out, just about. Plastic utensils, which I use because I don't have a dishwasher. I'm sorry, I can't. I do wash certain things, but I'm not going to have every single meal on a plate. Screw that. But paper towels, toilet tissue, napkins, a lot of that stuff wiped out. I mean, oh my God, this is like when the pandemic started, people were doing that. And I know that people panic and buy milk and bread. I can see them buying bread. I don't know why they buy milk if the electric might go out, unless they have a cooler ready with ice in it. But, you know, we have to be less selfish in this world and think of others, too. I mean, I am not always a perfect angel. Ask my mom. Well, you can't ask her anymore. She's way upstairs in heaven, but she'll tell you, I wasn't a perfect angel. But we have to still try to be humble and help others. The idea of somebody scamming, and I've talked about being forced to scam when you go to another country thinking you're going to get a white-collar job, and instead you're a prisoner. There are going to be people walking around offering, you know, to finish cutting your tree or whatever, the tree that fell. If it's a neighbor that I personally know, I might say yes, but we're just going to wait until the circular saw, whatever, the chainsaw is fixed. But if it's somebody that lives alone, doesn't have any of those tools, and somebody comes around that they don't know, You're going to let them in your house? I mean, that's pretty scary, and that's a big scam, letting somebody into your house. Also, somebody, I heard about this once, I don't know how far it went. Somebody coming to your front door saying they're from FEMA or the government, and they want to know what damage happened at your home, and then they ask you for like a lot of personal information, and it's not really FEMA or whoever, it's just a regular person. That's pretty damn creepy, you know? So, especially in hard times, we have to be careful and look out for others. You know, maybe in these first world countries, we're a little spoiled, we're a lot spoiled, because I see earthquakes and very, very bad storms and, mudslides and everything in some of the Southeast Asian countries, and very, very bad, monsoon storms, and they've got it much worse. And they still manage to pull up their pants, pull up their big girl and big boy pants and try to go on. Whereas we depend on a lot of conveniences here. And it's just like something to think about. By the way, I always keep peanut butter, jelly, and bread in my house anyway, just because I want to, I don't know. But I mean, we do have to think of others. Some people got smart and took all the meat they had and just put it on the barbecue and cooked it all. That was a good idea, and they fed their neighbors. We have to think of others, and you want to trust people. You really want to trust people, but you can't. Or you have to proceed with caution, because it's a really scary world out there. Sorry to be a procrastinator, but I'm still working on this story about a very nice man, kind of young, almost middle-aged, but good-looking man. I guess he had a lot of money that he built up. I think he worked on computers or something. I'm still working on that. And he meets a woman online, a beautiful woman online from Brazil, I believe it is. And what happens when he goes to see her in person. And she really is who she says she is. But it's not a happy ending. And I'm just trying to word the story the right way so it's not too offensive to anybody, but that it gives a warning to be careful. I hate to say it's a juicy story, but you watch it on Lifetime, you'll say, yeah, that's a juicy movie. But this is a real story. But, and I've seen it on a couple of channels, but it's not like one of those stories that every single YouTuber tells, you know. But it is a reminder to be careful. You know what a wolf in sheep's clothing, or the devil doesn't always have horns. You know, we have to be reminded all the time to be careful. So I'm going to have that story out pretty soon. The weather's finally cooling off, thank God. And my sweetie and I are starting to watch the Lifetime movies again. And we've seen a couple of true stories, so I might review a few of them in the near future. Just want to let you all know that I love you all, and I hope to be back on here very soon. And I appreciate the moral support of you guys and gals. And love you all. See you next time. Bye-bye.